Hare Krishna. So Arjuna has asked 8 questions to Krishna. Until now we have seen Krishna has answered all the first 7 questions. Now the 8th question still remains. What is the 8th question? 8th question is Prayana kale cha katham nyeyo si asi niyatatma bihi. The ones who are engaged in devotional service or self-controlled, how will they know you at the time of death? So this is the 8th question that Arjuna is asking. And this question's answer almost covers the rest of the chapter. And it starts from shloka number 5. So let's see that now. Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram yaha prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. So here Krishna is saying, Antakale, at the end of one's life, Mam eva smaran, if one remembers me, Muktva kalevaram yaha prayati, while quitting the body, what happens? Saha madbhavam yati, such a person attains my nature. And then Krishna is making this point more emphatic. And he's saying, Na asti atra samshayah, of this there is no doubt. No samshaya, no doubt. So basically Krishna is saying, anyone who remembers me at the time of death, that person will attain my nature. A very, very important shloka. Many things to learn in this particular shloka. So let's see one by one. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits his body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. So anyone who is fully Krishna conscious and leaves the body in that consciousness, in Krishna consciousness, remembering Lord Sri Krishna, what happens? He attains the nature of the Lord. Now what is the nature of the Lord? There are 8 important qualities when it comes to nature of the Lord. First one, sinless, ageless, deathless, without grief, without hunger, without thirst, always blissful, and all the desires are instantly fulfilled. So these are the 8 qualities when it comes to the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And all of them a person attains. Basically, he goes back home, back to Godhead, to Krishna, and he attains the same nature as that of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So this is the essence of the entire verse. Now, there are some people, extra intelligent, over smart. They say, okay, what is the thing that we are supposed to do? What is the target? Target is to remember Krishna at the time of death. Okay, so one day before we'll prepare. What is the problem? One day before, no, I'll start preparing. I'll put photo of Krishna everywhere. I'll chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I'll do various things. And okay, next day when I'm dying, I'll remember Krishna. So for such people, we have to ask a question. Do you know when you're going to die? None of us know when we are going to die. When we took birth, let me put it in a different term. When we were manufactured, there was the expiry date that was stamped on all of us. And the most important thing here is that expiry date is not known by anyone. It's almost like a time bomb. As soon as we take birth, the time starts ticking. And finally, the bomb blasts and the person dies. No one knows when someone is going to die. Parikshit Maharaj got to know that he's going to die in next 7 days. Maharaj Khattavanga got to know that in next 1 muhurta is going to die, next 48 minutes is going to die. But then when it comes to common people like us, we don't know when we're going to die. Maybe now, maybe after few minutes, maybe after few days or weeks or months or years, we don't know. And anything is possible. Anything is possible. So saying that I'll practice bhakti at the end of my life, maybe one day before and next day I'll remember Krishna, that's not a very intelligent and a logical answer, a logical argument. It's a preparation. Entire life is a preparation. And without this preparation, we cannot excel in the final exam called death. Impossible. All those people who say that Krishna consciousness bhakti is for retirement time, they are in complete illusion. Because Krishna consciousness is basically a preparation that we are doing. And it has to be started at a very, very young age. Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram acharet pragyaho. At the age of 5 only one should start practicing bhakti. But then when it comes to most of us, we have started very late. But still, there will be people around who will say, hey, come on, you're young. Why are you wasting your time doing all this? Arey man, enjoy. You have young blood, you can enjoy life. And all this bhakti, etc., etc., you can do at the end of your life. That is meant at the time when you cannot do anything. You try to do Krishna consciousness, you try to do bhakti. But the fact is, the point when we cannot do anything, we cannot do bhakti also. Because the body will not support. Whatever we are doing now, when we are healthy, that's what will actually count. So this plan, that few days before, one day before I'll practice bhakti and I'll remember Krishna, we think we are intelligent, but we have to understand one thing, Krishna is the most intelligent one. If we are cheater, Krishna is the greatest cheater. He knows very well. He knows very well what to do with this particular person who is extra smart or over smart. So basically the point is that entire life is a preparation. Doesn't matter when we have started practicing bhakti. Whenever we have started practicing bhakti, it has to be intense, with full focus. And that is what is the main aspect of life. It's not part-time job. Bhakti is a full-time job. And that has to be taken up very, very seriously. It's the first priority in life, come what may. So here it is said that the word smaran, remembering, is important. So what was the question? That how a person who is practicing devotional service or self-controlled know Krishna at the time of death. This is the way, that is smaran. By remembering Krishna, he'll be able to know Krishna at the time of death. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life if one wants to achieve success. At the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. It's very, very important. We are going to remember only those things which we have done the most in our life. If we have done a lot of sense gratification, that's what will come at the end of our life. So this is a very important point to note, that every day what am I doing? Maximum time in my day is invested in which activities? That will decide at the time of death, what am I going to remember? So smaran, remembering of Krishna, is not a 1-2 day job or a few weeks job. It is a lifetime practice that is needed. Anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also purest of the pure, because Supreme Lord is purest of the pure. Krishna is called Pavitra. So as soon as we start associating with Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with the realized souls, what happens? We start getting purified. Doesn't matter how sinful we are. Whatever sins we might have committed in the past life, in this life, doesn't matter. Now what matters is, what am I doing currently after understanding the facts of life? So if we are associating with Krishna on day-to-day basis, yes, we'll get purified. And that's what is needed. Because a pure person can remember Krishna, not an impure person or a sinful person. Therefore, one should chant incessantly the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya has advised that one be as tolerant as a tree. There are so many impediments for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, so that at the end of one's life, one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is repeating the Mahamantra twice in this purport. A very, very important thing to note. So here it is said that when we start practicing bhakti, there will be lots and lots of problems that might come or that might be seen, visibly seen. When we are doing sense gratification, we are in so much of ignorance that we cannot see problems. But as soon as we start practicing Krishna consciousness, when we get some light in our life, what happens? With that clarity, we can see that there are so many problems which are there. So many impediments will be there, but then we cannot stop. We cannot stop practicing bhakti, be it health problem, monetary problem, relationship problem, be it anything. we cannot stop practicing bhakti. Because practice of bhakti is not optional, it is mandatory. Because at the time of death, this is what is going to help us. All that we have done, all the time pass that we have done to maintain this body, that's not going to help us at the time of death. That is just to maintain this body and family members, that's it. But the actual substance that is going to help us at the time of death is practice of devotional service, bhakti. This is what is going to help us at the time of death. So it's very important that we practice right from the time we have understood these facts of life. And chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most essential one. Doesn't matter which activities we're doing. Every single activity should be accompanied with chanting. We might be taking a bath, we might be attending nature's call, we might be cooking, cleaning, doing office work, walking on the road, sitting in the bus, car, wherever we are. Doesn't matter. Our tongue should keep vibrating. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When the tongue is vibrating like this throughout the day, even at the time of death, it will keep vibrating automatically. So this point is very important. So if we are sincere in our endeavors, if we are serious in our endeavors, Krishna will make sure that we remember him at the time of death. Just imagine if Krishna comes and stands in front of us, why will we not remember Krishna? And Krishna will do that. Krishna will go to any extent to help his sincere, serious devotee to go back home, back to Godhead. So what we have to do? Only two words. We have to become sincere and we have to become serious in practicing devotional service. Now after describing this, that anyone who remembers me at the time of death, he'll come back to me. Now there's a question that might come up. Hey, what about those people who remember something else? What will happen to them? This Krishna is answering in the next sloka. So let's see that in the next video. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.